Hello, I'm Graham Elwood. And the United States cannot sit here and claim that it is the bedrock of freedom of speech and the foundation of democracy and freedom of the press while trying to extradite and jail Julian Assange for being a journalist. Other journalists in America are finally starting to speak out about this, but not enough. This is from the Guardian view on the U.S. pursuit of Julian Assange. Set him free. The attempt to extradite the WikiLeaks founder is an assault on the press freedom that the Biden administration promises to promote. Joe Biden talks about all this freedom, and every day in the news, oh, we're so much better than Russia and China. Oh, man. And they have gulags and prisons where they just put people in jail without charges. There's no due process. They're just tortured. And they're never even found guilty. There's not even real charges against them in those other countries. Oh, no, wait. I was talking about Guantanamo Bay. Sorry. 20 years ago, received its first detainees. In 2011, WikiLeaks began publishing the Gitmo files, which exposed abuses at Guantanamo. 40 years of the 175-year sentence Julian Assange faces if extradited to the United States relate to these exposés. So you can show about war crimes that other countries do, but not America, because our war crimes are for freedom. When we torture people that were illegally detained, it's for freedom. We've lost our soul as a country. And what do you say, like, if the Russian intelligence, formerly KGB, or the Secret Service of the China was trying to assassinate a journalist that was showing the crimes of the Chinese and Russian governments? Well, in America, we call them the CIA because they wanted to assassinate a journalist. The CIA, which is a rogue branch, they have their own budget. They answer to no one. They can just spend your tax dollars on figuring out ways to assassinate journalists. So does that mean the CIA, if they don't like what Tucker Carlson says or Rachel Maddow says, they can just kill them? I guess so. Kidnapping, assassination, and a London shootout inside the CIA's secret war plans against WikiLeaks. Organizations all over the world. The ACLU is among 25 organizations, including Amnesty International and a bunch of others, demanding an end to the proceedings against Julian Assange. A grave threat to journalists and freedom of the press. The government should drop its charges against him immediately. Free Assange now. Even a freedom of the press organization from Slovenia named Assange an honorary member. So just so you understand what I told you, a former Soviet republic knows more about press freedom than the United States of America. Remember a couple years ago, everyone was up in arms about the Saudis killing Khashoggi, which was awful, but we just wringed our hands about it. We didn't really do that much about it because the Saudis buy in the neighborhood of $100 to $125 billion worth of weapons from us every year, and we get oil from them. So we are right with them chopping up a journalist in a garden. If you are against Assange being set free, you're a bad American. You don't understand America. Even Tucker Carlson got his mind turned around on Julian Assange. He's not a threat to our safety. When America commits a crime, it needs to be held accountable. We don't get to just do whatever the hell we want. And if you think that this is a Republican or a Democrat issue, you're a sucker. Because Julian Assange called out the war crimes under Bush. He called the war crimes under Obama. He called them out under Trump. And if he was allowed to, WikiLeaks is still, even though Julian is in prison, calling out the war crimes of Joe Biden. You're a sucker if you think your party is better than the other party. The American empire is the problem. And if you're for press freedom, if you're for anything that's democratic, you should be for the freedom of Julian Assange. Think about that while you're sitting there watching American football, thinking about how free you are. You're not. You speak up against the American empire, you're going to be in jail for a long time, and the CIA might hatch plans to kill you using American taxpayer dollars. Have a great day, everybody. Isn't America fantastic?